Hi, and welcome back to Thone's Psalms Nibbles number 115. God is trustworthy. We'll be reading from Psalms 115, verses 9 through 15. O Israel, trust in the Lord. He is their help and their shield. O house of Aaron, trust in the Lord. He is their help and their shield. You who fear the Lord, trust in the Lord. He is their help and their shield. The Lord has been mindful of us. He will bless us. He will bless the house of Israel. He will bless the house of Aaron. He will bless those for whom both small and great. May the Lord give you increase more and more, you and your children. May you be blessed by the Lord who made heaven and earth. So that's a whole lot of blessing going on there. But, the Lord blesses us, and therefore we should bless Him, glorify Him in return. And that's what really this is about. And the real subject is that trust cancels fear. And we'll talk about that, a little bit more about that in a minute. Why is this in the Bible? Shows that we can always trust the Lord. And the communication is protection and blessing. And in many cases, those two go hand in hand. The application to my life. The message here is about trusting the Lord and therefore receiving His blessing. This was the encouragement which was very much needed by the remnant of Israel. They needed the Lord to bless their crops. They wanted and needed their numbers of people to increase. And as He promised in His covenant with them, they were protected. So here we're saying, that if you trust in the Lord, then you will trust in Him, really. And when that happens, then there will be a blessing to your life. And this was back in the days of the Psalms, very much needed by the remnant of Israel. God says, I promise to help and protect my people, and I keep my promises. Finally, my personal response. Lord, thank you for the difference between you and the idol gods then and now. We know that your word is true, and thus your promises kept through all eternity. So, sort of 2 points there in my response. First of all, we need to thank the Lord for the difference between Him, who actually does something, and the idol gods, which do nothing. And that's true then, when the idol gods were made out of silver and gold or wood or whatever. They never did anything. And the same thing is true today also. We have our idol gods aren't necessarily symbolic in the way the idol gods of the past have been. I mean, they aren't figurines of a semi-human or person or a animal or whatever. Our idol gods tend to be the activities which we participate in. And that's, that may be one simple pet peeve of many people is, people whose excuse for not going to church is that they had tickets to the local football game. I happen to be in the Indianapolis area, so that will be the Colts in that case. And, I've heard that excuse both from members of our church and members of other churches that, they miss church only 16 times a year. 8 times a year, right? There's 17 now games in the season. So all the home games, those Sundays, if they're on Sundays, they miss, and then they're diligent coming to church other times. And that's, I enjoy watching football, but I would never even consider the possibility of missing church to do so. And so, anyway, that's an example of an idol god of today. There's other idol gods of today, of course. There are singers and dancers and actors and actresses and internet personalities who are witty or attractive or even useful. If I want to fix my clothes dryer, the first thing I do is go on YouTube and look for people who have posted videos of repairing the particular problem I have with my brand of clothes dryer, and that's a good use. But I don't worship the person who does that. I'm just glad that they have some information which will make my journey into dryer repair a little easier. And that's an actual case in my case. There is a dryer. Well, I don't have it anymore, but there was a dryer which was forevermore having problems. So that's a real story. So anyway, we just need to know the difference between an idol god, which may be a physical thing, or it may be a physical person, or a physical activity. And those things don't do anything for us in the sense of what's truly important. And so we need to watch out for that. And so until next time, bye-bye.